Well, as you come in, today we're going to go through a little yin. So we've got the best of both energies. We are going to flow in the beginning, get the body warm, stay attentive to our breath. Then at the end, when we come into the yin stretches, reminding ourselves the focus is connective tissue. So we don't want to strain our joints, but we want to bring the fluidity and energy into that connective tissue to help heal and hydrate. So I will always bring your awareness as we go into that, not to go too deep to the place where you will hurt tomorrow, but to find that fine line, that edge between too much and too little. Okay, that will be with the yin, as well as vinyasa, knowing how far to give yourself the reins. Okay? So just wait a few more moments to see if anybody else walks in. While you're there, we will use the block. And during one of the stretches during the yin, the blanket is nice. It doesn't mean you have to use it, but the blanket really is restorative and helps with some of the pressure that might be of discomfort. Hey, Catherine. So we'll start in about another 2 minutes. Just want to make sure people come in. So if you have a block, great. If not, you can use a book, a pillow even, because it's really just to give us something to press against, and that blanket. So we'll focus on the higher energy of the flow, and then bringing it into the cooling energy of the yin. And then, as I always say, listen to your body. Go where you need to go, and just enjoy what your body can do. So as we sit here, just to bring ourselves back into the mode of yoga, we're going to do a little affectionate breathing here. So that's just really the loving awareness of self and honoring yourself and the breath and where you are when you start right in this moment. So placing the hands at your heart, just take a few moments. Find your comfortable seat, whether it's seated on your heels or cross-legged. Close the eyes if that is comfortable, or just gaze maybe towards the bridge of the nose. And as you're breathing, notice any tension or discomfort you may feel in your body. And see if you can release that discomfort and tension with your exhalation. Finding that loving awareness with each breath. Begin to notice the breath flowing in and out. You might notice the cool air as it comes in through your nose. And as you exhale, the warmer air as it goes out through your nose. Notice that with every breath, you are nourishing your body. And with every breath out, you are soothing your body. Let's take a couple more of those lovely soothing breaths. Invite that beautiful energy in. Soften the edges. Take one more breath in. And then when you are ready, we'll float our eyes open if they're closed. And I invite you to come onto your back. We're going to bring some awareness to your center. which will help us with breathing and moving through these flows. So as you come onto your back, take a moment to press your sacrum down, that flat part of your pelvis, and then notice your feet right here. The head and shoulders are relaxed. This is a Pilates move. So we're actually coming into, it's like a little table. The knees are stacked over your hips. It's easy to want the knees to flow forward, but see if you can keep them lined up right over your hip bones. Belly button to spine, hands right by the side of your body. And I want you to imagine that you're tipping your one toe at a time or one foot at a time into some water. So you're just tapping, coming right back. Tapping, and coming right back. So the movement is actually coming from your hip. Focusing on those soothing breaths, bringing that awareness to your center. We'll tap. 1, we'll go for 10. 2, head is relaxed, shoulders relaxed. 3, exhaling. 4, 5, keep that low back stay still. 6, just testing the waters. 7, 8, 9, one more, and 10. Now draw the knees in for a brief moment, release that, relax your feet, extending the left leg out on the mat, right leg in. We're going to continue with that awareness. Take that right elbow against your thigh. You can even rest your head in the right hand. The left, we're just going to keep that left leg hovering or on the ground. I just want you to curl up so the shoulder blades come up. We're going to pulse here. So that sacrum stays down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now relax your left foot. Extend your right leg, holding onto the back of the thigh. So we're going to do a passive motion of just softening that right knee and a dynamic active to get a stretch, of pressing that leg firmly, foot active. Passive release, just draw the thigh a little closer. As you exhale, actively pressing. And then one more time, passively relax it in. As you exhale, stretch. And then you can release and just let that leg gently flow down. That's it, bounce it out, breath. We're gonna focus on the other side. So, checking in, I'm bringing my left knee, and then the elbow can press here. I can rest my head. Now again, listen to that back. You're going to engage the core muscles, belly button to spine. Hover the right leg if that's available. Here we go. 5, 4, shoulder blades up. 3, as high as you can. 2, 1. Now release. And then place the hands right behind that left thigh. And then very gently, actively press. So you're gently feeling that stretch. And then soften, release, passive. Now actively press and resist, pressing into the hands. That's it. Drawing the leg a little closer, maybe if that's available. And then soften. One more time. Actively press. And then as you release, just let that go and slowly lower that leg down. Bounce it out. Give yourself a little reprieve here. A few rock and rolls, and we're going to find the balance in our boat pose, Navasana. So just a little few rock and rolls. You can hold on the back of your thighs or your shins, rounding up, rounding back, like a little ball. And then finding balance. So when you come up, pause, notice your sits bones. Draw the shoulder blades down the back, heart lifted, and then shifting that awareness to balance, right? Set your gaze, and then playing with Ardha Navasana, or half boat. So again, finding that place of really honing into that center. Find our brave soul right here. I'm not going to give up wherever it is. If the feet have to come down, that's fine. Set your course. We'll hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. As you cross your ankles, draw your heels close to your bottom. We're going to shift right into the all fours position. Hands under your shoulders. Tuck your toes. Belly button to spine. Let's find our first downward facing dog. And I want you to take a few moments just to observe that breath. Going back to that affectionate breathing. Just notice the breath. Notice the strength that it takes in this pose. Hands are spread. Your third finger of each finger is pointing to the top of the mat. We can think of that as our compass. Actively pressing the mat away, engaging those arms. Feel the armpits wanting to hug towards each other. Head relaxed. Belly button to spine as your tailbone lifts. And then playing with the backs of the legs. They might be not ready to be extended. So I want you to take a few moments. Soften, bend, maybe pedal. Find your own expression in your downward dog. That's it. Now stay very attuned to that breath. We're going to add a little more dynamic movement. So bringing the feet a little closer together, lift the right leg up, okay? So we're going to bend this right knee, engaging from your center, bring the right knee over to your left elbow, shifting the body so you're in a plank. And then extend. Gonna go again. Here we go. Round like a kitty. And extend. One more time. Round like a kitty. And extend. That's it. Now, we're going to go right into a plank position with that leg up. So if you need to drop the bottom left knee down, that's perfectly fine. Find that stability. We'll hold for 5, belly button to spine. 4, 3, 2, 1. Now place the right foot down. Let's bend the knees, soften the elbows, and bring your chest and chin down. Slither your body out, and here's our first little cobra. So in this position, just notice how the heart lifts. The shoulder blades draw down the back. The legs are active. Staying attuned with that breath. We'll float here for another breath in and full exhalation. And then as you release, pressing the body back. So the knees can be bent on this one. Almost come into child's pose. And then right back into downward facing dog. Left leg comes up. We're going to do the same thing. Left knee bends. Now again, think of rounding that upper back, right? As we bring the left knee over towards that right elbow. Shoulder over wrist. Then extend. Coming back, contract and extend. One more time. Exhale and extend. So keeping that leg up, we're going to shift into plank position. Pause. Drop the right knee if you need to. That's very active. Keep drawing from that center. Hold 5. Push the earth away. 4, 3, 2, 1. Placing that foot down. Soften the knees. Bending the elbows. Very gently, chest and chin. Take the body out. Roll those shoulder blades down the back. When you are ready, press. Almost come into child's pose, that little send off, and come into downward facing dog. Breathe. Breathe. Beautiful. Stay connected with the breath. We're going to flow on, adding a warrior 2 series. So tidy up the feet. Draw the right leg up. We're going to do that little movement again through the center. Bending the right knee. Exhale it over to the left. And send it back. Same thing. Moving with that breath. Send it back. Last time. Pushing the ground away. Now, as you come forward, round the upper back and step. Pivot the back foot. We're going to come into warrior two. Seal the outer edge of that left foot and very gently, breathe. So tidy up. Find the best spot for you. We really want to feel an opening here. Shoulders relaxed. Setting that course. Staying strong. So again, that third finger is a great directional. Sitting into that, feel that powerful pose. The left hand can relax, the right palm open, offer it up, reverse. Still in that lunge. Now on your exhalation, bring your right elbow down, power through that left outer edge, and swim this left arm. So we want to start to bring some energy through that side body. That's it. Everything draws into that center. You can even gaze up if that feels good. Let's hold for 5. Breathe deeply. 4, 3, 2, 1. Now, keeping the left hand active, we're going to bring it down and plant it right beside this right foot. Pivot on your left foot and very gently come into that lovely simple twist. So we're still keeping the left leg very active here. Now, as you release, bring this right hand down, release the left knee, and pause for a second. Breathe. Going back to that breath. So we're going to take a little dynamic stretch for this left quad. Play with this. Don't think you have to bind. So keeping the left hand down, I'm just going to walk my right foot out just a little bit and feel this left thigh get a little deeper stretch. Draw the belly button to spine. So you could take your right hand on your knee and roll this right shoulder back, that nice little shimmy back. Stay right there. Now, if it's available, you could offer this right hand, or right on that. Now, if it's available, the left foot might come up, and you could hold on and use the power of that leg to help you open. So it's really and truthfully a twist is coming from that mid-back. That right shoulder gently draws back, and then the last part is your gaze and the breath. When you come out of it, take your time to unravel. Walk the right foot in. Let's find that 3-legged dog. Shake that baby out. Coming into that plank position, holding and breathing. Belly button to spine. Hold 5, 4, 3, 2. Now I'm going to let you decide how you take your vinyasa. You could go the knees, chest, chin. You could place your right foot down. You might even say, I can keep my right leg up. I'm going to let you decide. Is it a chaturanga? Opening up with that right foot up? Is it that you place the right foot down and gently move that hip slightly forward? Whatever it is, find it your way. Breathe. Let's try the left side. So tidy up the feet. Belly button to spine. Feel the armpits drawing towards each other. Head relaxed. Lift that left leg up. Bending the left knee as you exhale. Bring it over towards your right side. Send it back. Take it again. Send it back. Last time. Send it back. All right, so you're going to step into your warrior two. All right, so as you bring your left foot forward, I'm going to have you cartwheel. I'm going to turn around so that you can see that I can see you, and you can also see my lines as I come into this. So again, settle. That breath. Tidy up your shirt if you have issues with your shirts like I do. Finding that place of stability. Taking your gaze over that third finger, actively bringing energy into your arms and your hands. Set your course. Heart lifted. Belly button to spine. Now, as you take your next breath, we're going to come into that reverse warrior. Offer it up. As you release in the exhalation, side angle. So that left elbow gently places here. Press down. Swim the right arm. That's it, lengthens. We want to feel this whole energy line really open. Engage the right glute. Breathe. Play with your gaze. We'll hold for 5, 4, feel that inner strength. 3, 2, 1. Now as we come back up, we're going to bring this right hand down to the ground. So I'm going to place it down, pivot on my right foot. So I'm in that runner's lunge, that simple rotation of left arm to sky. Keep pressing through that right heel. So we really want to start to open up that energy in that right hip. Now as you release this left hand down, release the right knee. Walk your left foot over to the other side and relax the right foot. So we're going to start to feel a deeper stretch through this right hip. Belly button draws to spine. Now, the left shoulder. So I really want to think about as I'm turning my body to that left side, the left shoulder. So you could stay right here with that left hand on your thigh. You could offer the left hand back. And if the right leg is available and this does not cause strain, add drawing that. And the last part of a twist is your gaze, sending that turn if that feels good. Now, as you release that, bring this left hand back down. Walk the left foot in. Let's find that three-legged dog. So just let that leg go. Stretch. Coming into the plank, three-legged plank. Your vinyasa. So maybe on this round you say, no, I think I'm just going to take a good old traditional chaturanga. Scooting the heart forward. As you exhale, draw up. Downward dog. Breathe. All right, let's work our way back to the top of your mat. So gazing forward, you may step, you may jump, you may hop, however it works for you. I'm just going to step, find a place where my feet are under my hips, come halfway up and create a flat back. So belly button really has to hone in, lengthen, heart lifts, and then as you exhale, release. Let your neck go. Matter of fact, on this first forward fold, maybe soften the knees a little bit. Let your chest come to your thighs. Hold on to the elbows. Just let the body hang for a brief moment and breathe. Soothing the soul. As you release, roll your body up vertebrae by vertebrae. So you're pressing your feet firmly. Just let your body come up naturally. No stress, no strain. Once you're all the way up, finding your mountain position. Okay? Tidy up those feet. Check in. So we're going to come into our little chair pose. So as we do, send your hips back. So reaching for that chair, engaging the inner legs, pressing through the feet. There's that drawing the course. Take an inhalation here, and as you exhale, dive out over your thighs. Inhale, part way up. Exhale, down, step or jump to your plank position. So again, find that place where it works for you. Stepping. Yes, your vinyasa if you like. So we want to keep the body warm. Open the heart. Draw it back. Right leg comes up. So we're going to add on a crescent lunge. Okay, so as you come into this, add the little core move. So the knee bends. We're going to come into that little motion one time. Send it back. Now, as you round the upper back, right, it's like you're bringing your knee to your nose. You're going to step forward, soften your left knee just enough, and then rise up into a standing lunge. So find your balance. Think of mountain pose. Your shoulders over hips. As you come up, keep the left knee bent right now. And we'll come into goalpost arms, so we're drawing that awareness to opening. As you exhale, I want you to think of cat pose. We're going to round and draw the elbows in. And then inhale, open. Exhale, contract and round. Inhale, open. One more time. Exhale, contract and round. Inhale, open. Now, if it's available, see if you can straighten your left leg just a little bit. Chest open, okay? And then we're going to take the arms and gently rotate. That's it. It's almost like you're trying to reach for both sides of the room, keeping that body really engaged. Now, if it feels good, you could even offer it up. So it's a little bit of a lift to the heart. Balance. Those inner legs are working. As you release, coming back into that center, pause. All right, because the right leg is forward, we're going to let the right arm be on top. I'm going to come into some eagle arms. I'm going to bring you into a little balance challenge. All right, so we're going to try to scoot the back leg and find our Garudasana. So as I shift forward, I'm going to bring my back leg in. Keep this right knee slightly bent and see if maybe I can swoop. Now, it's okay to bring your left toe over. There is nothing wrong with that. Moving the elbows away from the body. Sending the hips back, just like if we were reaching for that chair. Breathe. Hold 5, 4, 3, 2. Now, as you unravel, we're going to come right back into that mountain pose. Lift. Exhale, release. Pause. Coming back into chair pose. Send the hips back. Inhale. As you exhale, send it all the way back. Inhale, part way up, create length. Exhale, step or jump to your plank position. So again, you find the best way. Take a vinyasa of your choice, or you can bypass, open. We'll meet back, pulling everything up. Left leg comes up to sky. One time as you bend the left knee, exhale, contract over towards the right. As you come back, we're going to step through. So rounding that upper back, step the left foot forward, soften the right knee, rise up. The breath. So again, the breath really does kind of settle us down. So settle down, we'll ride the wave. Now as you open up into those goalposts, we're going to do that cat-like back again. Inhale, open heart. Exhale, contract. Inhale and open. Exhale, contract. Inhale and open. Exhale, contract. Now as you inhale, see what it feels like to maybe play with straightening that leg. Draw the arms up. Breathe. And we can rotate. Now you can stay right there, really honing in if it's available. Engage those inner legs. This really does challenge the balance. Pressing through that right foot. And then as you come back through that center, unwind. That's it. Find your stability. All right, the left arm will be on top. So we start with those eagle arms. And then here comes finding that Garudasana. So shifting that body, keeping the knee bent. Draw up, little flamingo. Cross over. Draw the elbows away. Send the hips back. And breathe. And breathe. So everything's hugging into the midline. Now staying connected with that breath, we're going to unravel. Draw up. Exhale, find Tadasana. Breathe. Might even go back to placing the hands over your heart. Reconnect. Adding one more little variation of a twist. And we're moving on to our yin. So as we come into chair pose, It's really important to remember when we twist hips, sometimes want to do all kinds of funny things. Remember the twist is coming from above pelvis. So as we come into that chair position, take a moment, internally rotate like you're holding on to a piece of paper right in the middle. So you want to squeeze those legs and take a pause right here. The hands at the heart center, draw the shoulder blades down the back. We're going to bring the left elbow over towards the right leg. Now, as you're rotating, you're going to notice that the hips are going to do some funny things, so take your time to connect. I like to gaze at my right foot because then I can see, okay, my knees are okay. I'm sending my hips back. I've got that little piece of paper, and I'm using this leverage of the left elbow against my thigh, pressing my hands to draw this right shoulder back. Now you could stay right here. You can challenge balance by grounding through that right foot. See if you can bring your left foot like it's towards your bottom. Send it back, internally rotating those legs so they're hugging each other. And then maybe we come into a deeper twist. That's it. Beautiful. Now, as you release this, place the hand down. Here's that simple twist we did a long time ago. Now, you could stay right here in this little simple twist or pivot on your left foot. Feel the outer edge. And we could play is the word, side plank. So think of mountain pose, toppled over. Left hip lifting up. So you're working that left oblique. Your gaze can be at that right hand. Spread your hand. We'll hold for 5, 4, 3. You got the power. 2, 1. Now, you can even get a side body stretch like side angle. As you bring your right hand back to the earth, pause, decide Vinyasa or not. Breathe, open. Draw back. So before the other side, let's take a quick child's pose and then we'll do the other side. Stay here if this feels good. You know, again, you could take another vinyasa. You could take a pause before we do the other side. A lot of balance and twist. So honor your body. Go back to the soothing breath, the loving kindness breath. And then as we come back, spread your hands, let that pointer finger lead the way. Roll back up, tuck your toes, working to the top of the mat, step or lightly hop. Once you're there, tidy up the feet. Inhale, exhale. Bending the knees, let's come back into that squat position. So we're preparing for the twist on the other side. Grab that little piece of paper, squeeze, hands at the heart, press firmly. Right elbow comes to the left thigh. So again, belly button to spine. As you rotate, maybe gaze at your left foot, drawing your left shoulder back. Might even gaze at your hands. You just find what works best for you. Now, as we step into this next position, it's a lot of awareness of core, belly button, the right foot coming towards your bottoms, and then stepping back, finding that motion, and then maybe you can go a little deeper into that rotation if that's available. Now, as you unravel, coming through center, place the right hand down, yes. Simple twist. Stay in the simple twist, or I invite you to press through the blade of the right foot. Gently stack if that's available. Drop the right knee if you need to, that's fine. Lift your right hip up. So there's that right oblique, powerfully pressing the earth away. You can come into that little rainbow, get that little side body stretch, lift. And then bring that hand down. Take one more vinyasa if you like. Open. Release. And why don't we all take a brief moment to transition from our vinyasa to the coolness and calmness of our yin practice. So you may drop the knees, find a wide knee or a close knee, gently press your hips back, and then either active arms or peaceful arms, find a place. And I invite you to go back to that soothing, calming, affectionate breathing, nourishing each cell of the body. Now staying connected with that breath, as we come up, our first yin pose stretches out the arches of the feet. It can get intense. So the blanket really helps, a rolled up towel, anything. But the reason being is you could place it right in between your calf and your sits bones. I'm going to tuck my toes under and gently bring my hips back. So eventually we want to have the shoulders over the hips, finding this poised place that you can start to really deepen that stretch of the arches of your feet. If you have chronic problems with your feet, this might be not really very pleasant, so I invite you to go back to placing the hands at the heart, taking your time. Go back to that soothing, loving kindness breath. If you need to dilute it a little, just shift your body slightly forward. That is always there for you. But see if maybe through that loving kindness, caring, you might be able to work through just a little discomfort. Notice the breath again as you breathe in the coolness as it comes in through your nose and the warmth as it goes out. See if you can take 5 more breaths right here. We'll have some happy feet. Healthy feet. So when you come out of the pose, let's take it nice and gentle because it's a tough one. So moving the blanket, take your hands under your shoulders, take the right leg and just stretch it back, actively press. And then place that knee underneath, relax the top of your foot. Take the left toes, press back, stretch. As you bend the knee, let the top of the foot relax. Some gentle sways, anything organic that feels good to you, just let it go. And our next yin pose is called dragon. It's a dragon lunge. So I'm going to take my right foot and place it very close to my right hand. Now, you can scoot that left leg back as far as it's comfortable for you. You may also use your block if you need to, if the shoulders are tight. But find a place where you can just settle here, letting this left hip be heavy, heart lift. The right thigh can draw in if that's available. Spread your toes on the right foot. Just take some very slow, steady breaths right here. So this is dragon. Now in the dragon pose, this is probably the best option for most of us. The left knee, if it's uncomfortable, please place it under a blanket under your knee. If you want to go a little deeper in here, you could actually come onto your forearms and tuck your left toes and maybe come just a little deeper. So it's really a lizard. We can hold here and breathe for a count of 5, inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the nose. Just going to the place where you feel a nice stretch in the connective tissue. Again, if it's too much, please soften and drop the back knee. Now, if your leg is extended, just gently drop the left knee. Bring the hands back under. Let's bring this right leg back. Take a pause, maybe in downward dog or child's pose. Just notice how that side feels. And then when you are ready, we'll focus on the left side. So this left foot steps forward. The right knee relaxes. And again, please, if there's any discomfort, props are such a blessing. I say use them. So if you need to use that prop, you use that prop. Again, finding that dragon. It's a very powerful pose when you think about it, a dragon. Very strong. Just allowing that connective tissue to release without strain. We're pretty warm now, so I don't want you to go too deep that you will be uncomfortable. If you're feeling like you want to go deeper, I invite you to come to the forearms. And you can also find that lizard quality of coming even deeper. Explore. Find a curiosity in a pose. Find that feeling of, let's see how far, but if I know I have to dial down a little bit, it's okay. Give yourself permission. Now, if your leg is up, we're going to release that thigh down. Take the hands back under the shoulders, working your way either to child's pose, the all fours, or a downward facing dog. Pause. Just notice how you feel. Notice the breath. And then why don't we all drop the knees if we aren't there. Relax the tops of the feet. Let's do a few little cat-cows before we come into dragonfly. And these can be your organic movements. They don't have to be traditional. They can be some sways. They can be some rolls. I like to see what my body needs here. So you can be very creative here. And then we will transition by rolling onto one hip and coming onto the bottom. So dragonfly is a wide straddle, and sometimes you might need to have a little extra lift in the sits bones. Nothing wrong with that. So find if you do need that for your hips, that's fine. So I do. So finding a place and where you can actually feel like you've got a nice long spine. Then when we do come forward in the yin pose, you can round your back, which is the lovely thing. And the legs can sometimes roll in, but find some support. So finding a place where you can allow your body to soften. Breathing in and welcoming a sense of ease, of safety. Finding that little sweet spot that feels just right. Connecting back to that cool air as it comes in. And that beautiful warm air as it goes out. It's a beautiful thing. All of a sudden you go, wow. Just by allowing the body to gently embrace each breath, how the pose evolves. Now you could play with moving your hands over towards your right leg just a little bit and just notice the sensations of moving a little more in that direction. You'll change it up a little bit. It's so subtle. And then gently walking the hands back through the center to the other side. Take it to that place where you feel a little change of the stretch. Stay right where it's just right, like baby bear, just right. And then one more time, we'll take the walk back to the center. Take a few more slow breaths and just notice how it feels now. And then that walking back. Back to a nice long spine. Soften the knees. Take your time to bring those legs together. Bounce them out. Relax them. Just let it go. Hands behind so the chest opens. The knees can bend. And if you take the feet just a little wider than your hips, we can windshield wiper and release the hips. And if there's any other little movement right now that feels good, you take it. And we're going to come back onto the back. And if you have that blanket, you can use that. If you have a block, you can use that. But we're going to come into supported bridge. I like that pose. Now, if you want to go into a more of a dynamic, you don't have to use any props at all. You can just make it more dynamic. But coming down onto the back, just like we did in the beginning, take a moment just to pause here. Brace the center. So that belly button does draw to that spine, protects back. The feet are flat and you are connected to the mat. Take a moment to look at and feel how the shoulders sometimes roll forward, if we could soften and just let them relax on the mat. Pressing into your feet. As you lift your pelvis up, you may support your pelvis with that block. And just allow yourself to stay here. Going back to that intentional cool air coming in with the inhalation, warm air going out. Now I'd like to invite you, you might want to go more in that yang energy, bringing some more awareness to that. You may. Allow yourself to settle here. Nurturing all those trillions of cells in our bodies. Us really have to take care of our body from the inside out. Now I invite you, if you are in another position besides a supported bridge pose, by all means we'll start to come out. If you've got that block, we'll gently move the block, pause, and then take your right leg and the ankle over your left thigh. And we're going to take a moment just to notice this very gentle hip stretch. Letting this right knee press out. Protecting the knee by flexing the right foot. So right here, lovely. You don't have to do anything else. If you'd like to go a little deeper, just draw this left foot up, hug, and going back to that feeling of passive and active. So by coming in a little more towards you, that becomes a little more active. If you need to make it passive, just send the foot back. So you've got that control. Too much or too little. And again, you can even take it another step and really make it very dynamic if that feels good. If you've got the big toe, you can again release that. Working our way out. Release the right leg, maybe give it a little stretch. Relax the right foot. And then we're just going to let that float down. Just let it bounce out. And then bending the right knee, plant that foot down. Take the left leg, bringing that left ankle over, and we'll start out just noticing how this left hip feels. Flexing this left foot to protect the knee. Want to create that space. So there's a lot of nutrition coming into this connective tissue. Stay right here, or if you want to go a little more, just bring this right foot up, hugging, playing with active and passive. Taking that extra little step if that feels good. And then noticing When we slow down in our yin poses, we truly can be more attentive to how we feel. We're not hurriedly going through it, but we're paying attention. And then if you've got the foot, we can work our way back out slow and steady. Extending that left leg. Letting the leg float down. And just letting both legs just shake out. Now I invite you, if there's any other moves your body needs before we come into Shavasana, please take them. Maybe it's just giving yourself a nice little hug or a happy baby or even just some little circles. So once you have found all those little spots that just need a little extra love, finding the place for your Shavasana. Finding a place where you can allow your body to surrender. And as you find that spot, going back to reconnecting from the inside out, place your hands back over your heart and feel the warmth of your hands against your heart. You might even be able to feel the rhythm of your heart. Breathing gently and deeply while focusing on the warmth of your hands over that very special spot. It might be more center. You might feel that you need to move it more to the left. You might feel that you need to move it a little below your heart or your sternum. Find the spot that's right for you. Now letting those warm feelings from this very moment wash right over you. You can keep your hands here or finding that place of just letting your hands open up. A gesture of being open and ready to receive all the beauty that's out there for you. I invite you to stay in Shavasana for as long as you like. If you are ready to come out of Shavasana, bend the soles of the feet or the knees and plant the soles of the feet and pause right there. And then choosing a side that feels right for this moment in time, gently roll to that side and pause there. And then working your way to a place where you can sit comfortably. Just notice how the body feels once you come up. And then once you're in that place, we'll close by bringing the hands together and placing the thumbs close to that heart center. Connection inside out. And the light within me bows to the light within you. Namaste.